Jesus in the gospel today tells us that everyone who looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. What is Jesus doing here? Because in Exodus as well as in Deuteronomy, the commandment to the Israelites is stated this way: "Thou shalt not commit adultery." So Jesus, in other words, is giving a deeper understanding and a deeper interpretation of this commandment. Everyone looking at a woman with lust has already committed adultery in his heart. And so Jesus was moving the attention from mere action to that also of intention. That we focus also on our internal disposition when it comes to the question of sin or moral activity. Jesus shifted the ground or attention from the act of adultery to the emotional prelude to adultery, and that is lust or lustful desire. There are acts that lead to it. It's not only the act of adultery, but before that, there are certain things, thoughts, actions that are contributory to the act of adultery. That's why in the gospel today, Jesus tells us, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one of your members than to have your whole body thrown into Gehenna. In other words, Jesus is telling us that we should avoid the occasion of sin. So the logic and flow of one's decisions and moral choices is important. Kunwari, ikaw ay nagtatrabaho sa isang opisina at nagugustuhan mo yung kaopisina mo na dalaga, bagamat ikaw ay may asawa na, and then she also shows that she's interested in you, and then you entertain her. So it would lead to friendship, and it would lead to further relationship and maybe a more intimate relationship. So Jesus is telling us that we should nip it in the bud because it would lead to sin. When a person has seriously decided to commit a wrong, the moral evil is already present, even though it can be made worse by further action. That's why the psalmist says, as a person thinks in his heart, he becomes. And Jesus said, we are what our thoughts and desires are. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Yung paggawa ng mabuti o paggawa ng masama ay nag-umpisa sa pag-iisip. Kaya nga yung, kumbaga yung paggawa ng bahay, they say you create it twice, no? You build it twice. First, in your mind, and then you create the house in actual reality. Ganon din yung paggawa ng mabuti at paggawa ng kasalanan. Kaya nga sabi ni Jesus, it is better for you to lose one of your members than to have your whole body thrown into Gehenna. It is better to sacrifice a part of one's moral freedom than to lose the whole. Pagbibigyan mo ang iyong luho, ang iyong hilig, ikaw ay magsisisi sa kahuli-hulihan. But on a deeper note, Jesus wants us to examine our attitude towards women. Do we have a deeper respect of the dignity of women? In Jesus' time, it was a patriarchal society. Yung pagdodomina ng mga kalalakihan At ang mga kababaihan ay considered as second-class citizens, pangbahay lamang, pangkusina lamang, kama lamang. It was a demeaning attitude, dehumanizing attitude towards women. And so Jesus wanted to change that. He called women into his inner circle. And in fact, he put Mary on a pedestal as his mother, the mother of God. Kaya sa ating kapanahunan, dapat din nating pagnilay-nilayan ang maling pag-iisip at kaisipan. Sapagkat yung maling pag-iisip at kaisipan, our prejudices and bias would lead us to tinatawag na maling gawain. Merong mga balangkas ng ating pag-iisip. Meron tayong mga nakasanayan that these are injurious in our relationship with the opposite sex. Kagaya ng isang bata, kapag lagi niyang naririnig sa kanyang tatay, kapag siya nag-drive at merong mabagal na sasakyan at sinabi, babae kasi. And so it is drilled into his mind that women are poor drivers. And so that's how he looks at the world. Kapag mayroong mabagal na sasakyan, sabi niya, babae kasi. Pero napakarami namang mga kalalakihan na mahina ring mag-drive. Pero it's already drilled in his mind to look at the world and to judge the world in that way. Why? Because language predisposes us to act and think in a specific manner. Like for example, racism. A white boy it has always been drilled in his mind that black people cannot be trusted. Or in our case, Muslims cannot be trusted. Only a dead Muslim can be trusted. So ito'y mga pag-iisip na kumukulay sa ating pakikipag-ugnayan sa kanila. Kunwari sa mga movies, laging kontrabida yung itim. Magnanakaw, pumapatay, pati yung Boston Catechism natin. The devil is represented by a black person, may itim. So we always associate itim, maitim ang kanyang budhi with evil. Ganon ang pagtingin ng ibang tao sa mga blacks. Pero that has to be deconstructed. We have to change that. Ganon din sa pagtingin natin sa mga kababaihan. If we always look at them as objects of lust, pangbahay lamang, then it is demeaning and dehumanizing. And so we learn from Jesus, who brought them up, gave them dignity, and treated them equally as the female species, that they are partners, equal in dignity, that they have their own giftedness and uniqueness, and that they are also loved and created by God like men. And so, the gospel today reminds us to respect the dignity of women because they deserve all our respect. They were created in the image and likeness of God.